Ooh, that sounds risky.
Really? Because you said you wanted more out of life and that you had a lot of underdeveloped potential that you were looking to tap into.
Sure, but what you're talking about has no guarantee of success.
That's right. But it has the possibility of success. And if you continue to do what you do today, then you can absolutely guarantee you're not going to have success because you're going to get more of what you currently have.
Yeah, you're right.
As human beings, we're wired to resist the unknown for the known. Predictability is safe, and safe is comfort. Makes sense, right? But if you're not willing to take risks in your business and your life, then you run into the risk of actually having a life of depression, contraction, and really feeling like you're not living up to your full potential. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why not taking a risk is the riskiest move of all. Before we get started, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is 𝐄𝐍𝐀𝐆𝐈𝐂 Hutchinson. If you're interested in maximizing your entrepreneurial journey and building the best home business possible, then I suggest subscribing to the channel and hit the bell notification. Every week I will be releasing a brand new video to help you achieve this goal. The best way to stay up to date with me and get the secrets for you creating success faster is to join my newsletter. Head on over to my website, 𝐄𝐍𝐻utchinson.com, and sign up there. I'm sure you're going to love the free PDFs I'm going to send you in the mail. As a reminder, if you like this video and you like the content on the channel, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Plus, leave a comment below to say hello. That helps me and the channel to grow. I really appreciate all of your feedback. Okay, enough of the small talk. Let's get into it. Let's talk about why not taking a risk is the riskiest thing of all. Here's what I can tell you about risk that you may or may not already know. The level of true potential that you have in your life will be determined by the amount of risk you're willing to take in the areas of business, sports, relationship, whatever you're into. Risk is built into you achieving the highest levels of success and freedom within those different areas. Risk helps to distinguish followers from leaders. As an entrepreneur, if you're willing to take risk, you will separate yourself from the pack. Those people who are consistently taking risks will allow themselves to actually reach much higher levels in their life and in business. When you take a risk, you never have to wonder what if. So many people look back at opportunities in their life with regret. They wonder, what if I had only done that? And it's way too late. So as a risk taker, you avoid this whole scenario and you actually just figure out if it's meant to be or not. Now, of course, we know that taking all risks are not going to have the same level of success. Some of those risks are going to end up being failure. So you have to have the right frame in order to look at these experiences. As a positive entrepreneur, you're going to be looking at these risks as learning opportunities. It's not about failure, it's about getting better every single experience and learning through all the risks that don't work out so that you take the risks that do work out that get you much further ahead. Let's talk about risks specifically related to starting a business. Now, as an entrepreneur, you by definition are going to take more risk on because you actually have to invest in your business to get started. Much different than an employee where the risk is very low, but you're signing up for 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, maybe 2 weeks of vacation a year. For me, that reality seems a lot more risky because you're really settling for safety and comfort in life without really growing to a new potential. Being an entrepreneur allows you to be in the driver's seat of your life. It allows you to press the ceiling on what you can make, who you can work with, the projects, the creativity, all the things that really make you strive to the highest potential of your human experience can be found in taking the risks. So that's a big difference between an entrepreneur and the employee mindset. Here's an example of risk versus staying safe. We've gone through a pandemic for the last year, and there's still a lot of people who are contraction. They're waiting for things to get better. They're hoping and praying that things are going to go back to the way they used to be. These people have played it very safe and taken no risk, whereas they could be in for a very rude awakening because in my belief, there's no going back. We are in a completely new world. Some people during this exact same time have taken risk. They've invested their savings. They've gotten out of jobs that haven't been serving them and invested in small business opportunities or something that's been more creative and inspiring to them. They were willing to take risks where others were scared. They are coming out of this pandemic in a completely different scenario. So friends, this is a perfect example of when you decide not taking risk, in my opinion, really becomes the greatest risk of all. Sometimes people are afraid. They wonder, hey, what if this is a scam? What if this doesn't work for me? What if it works for everybody else but doesn't work for me? Do you see how we can get scared of going into change? What's the worst thing that can happen? You spend some money and it doesn't work out? Big deal. You've learned through that experience. That's the difference from the people who are taking full responsibility for their life versus those that are somehow thinking that they're not in control, so they can't take too many risks because they might rock their own boat. I'm here to tell you, the people who rock the boat get ahead. They're the ones that get separated from the pack, and that's exactly where you want to be. Or maybe not. Is that where you want to be? Do you want to be separated from the pack? Do you want to be a leader? Or do you want to be a follower? That's all going to be dependent on the amount of risk that you assert in your life, your business, playing sports, your hobbies, all of it. It all comes down to your courage, your bravery to step away from the comfort zone and get into optimizing your life experience. When you decide to take some risks, it usually involves a financial commitment. Whether you're looking to improve your health, your wealth, or your lifestyle freedom, usually there's an investment upfront that doesn't have any guarantees. This is where the real risk takers come forward. Do you really need a guarantee in order to change your life? Or are you brave enough because you have courage in yourself, you're fully responsible for your life, that you know you're going to make the very best of the opportunity? You're willing to bet on yourself. That's the risk worth taking. Anytime you're willing to invest in yourself, you're doing a good thing. You're moving your life forward. Sure, it's not always going to work out, but what can work out is the confidence in yourself, your commitment to personal growth, your commitments to greatness in this life. That is a risk always worth taking. Of course, there's going to be calculations along the way. You're going to make sure that before you jump into a health project, business project, or partnership, that you do a calculation to make sure everything makes sense. But once you get through that and the project and the opportunity looks good, that's where you got to step over your own line. That's where you got to have the bravery to realize not taking a risk, staying where I am, actually is the riskiest move of all. Whereas taking this risk, even though there's no guarantees, allows you to set yourself up for a better life. A life full of greater health, wealth, and lifestyle freedom. And I know you want that, as most people do. But most people aren't willing to take the risks. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you took a risk? What's holding you back? Remember, you miss all the shots you never take. If you're looking to take a risk to improve your health, wealth, and lifestyle freedom, then reach out to me and let's connect. Be happy to introduce you to our online business opportunity, which I feel is probably the best calculated risk anyone could be doing in these uncertain times. Until next time, I wish you the courage to live the life you deserve. Cheers. Thanks for watching. My name is 𝐿𝐶𝐓 Hutchinson. I help entrepreneurs create success faster. If you like this content, then you're going to love these 2 videos I picked out for you. To find out how you can create more health, wealth, and lifestyle freedom, subscribe to the channel and visit my website, 𝐿𝐶𝐓_Hutchinson.com to learn more.